Hey everyone, this is Bob here. Finally thought I'd do a gun review or comparison video for y'all because I finally have enough guns now where I think I can do some pretty good reviews here or comparisons, which with me watching on YouTube and whatnot has been very helpful for me from like other people like Hickok 45, Such, Guns and Gear, all those guys. It's extremely helpful, especially for someone who can't make it to the range all the time and go rent the guns and whatnot like that. So it's nice to be able to get an honest review or just to get an honest look at something. So today we're going to do the P238 from Sig, Ruger LCP 2, MP Bodyguard, and the Kahr CW380. This is the 22 version because my 380 LCP is downstairs. Don't feel like getting it, so we're doing it on the 22, which is the same size, just as a safety. And I thought it'd be good to compare all these to something that we're all familiar with, which is a Glock 19. We're clear. This is actually the Mariner version, Gen 3. It was a contract for a government that decided not to buy it. It was just one of those things I saw in Gunbroker that I needed to have. Alright, so let's start. My original, I guess what you call my original pocket carry, or what would you call these mouse guns, was a Ruger LCP. Great little gun. Malfunctions, not so much. I thought the quality was really good. Obviously this is the 22 model, so it has a safety on it. The 380 model does not. Just keep that in mind. I love the LCP. There's a time and place for it. Some people are like, oh, it only holds like 6 rounds like most of these other guns do. But it's better than having nothing. These are more of a point and shoot. This is not going to be like something that you're doing down range or anything like that. This is just to maybe get you out of a situation and get you to a better gun. But I mean, I open up my palm like this and it fits in the palm of my hand. You can almost not see it. It's a great gun. I think the Ruger LCP, the price point, I think when they came out was like $299. I think nowadays with the increased prices right now, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, is with the COVID-19 and all that garbage, it's probably like around $350, $325. Right up there with the LCP Max on Bud's Gun Shop right now, though. Another really popular one, and with the Ruger too, is nice, is that the magazines aren't too expensive. They actually have extended ones as well, which is quite nice. Polymer frame, the P238, not polymer frame. This is the heaviest out of all of them, out of the 4 over here. This is a 1911 style setup. I forget what this model is called. They had it on sale one day at Cabela's, and when I was living in Colorado, I kind of hopped on it. It had the night sights, the front serrations, the ambi safety, and the G10 grips, which was all a really nice option. And this was my church gun for a while because I didn't like printing in church, and I like this one because I had the one with the pinky extension on it. But just to kind of compare, put these as close as I can. Yeah, so it looks like the P238 is just a little bit longer, but no, they're really just almost the same. Triggers on these are different. We're clear. Safety's on. Just a nice crisp trigger. The Ruger as well. I like the 2-stage where you hit a wall, then it's game time. This is a 22 though. I'm not going to dry fire that because it's just bad for the firing pin. But yeah, the Sig I don't carry that much as I should probably. It is heavier, and if I'm going around this weight, I'm probably just going to go for a 9mm, to tell you the truth. But it's such a great little gun. It's a great quality from Sig, and Cabela's had it for a great price. So I was like, I need to get this. Bodyguard 380. This one I actually got yesterday, and my buddies were all asking me, dude, that gun came out like 8 years ago or something like that. I forget when it came out. Why are you buying it now? I had a Crimson Trace laser integrated on it, which I was not familiar with on any of my other guns, which I thought was really cool. It's slide stop, slide release. Takedown is really easy on this one. I would say out of all these on the takedown, the Ruger is probably the easiest. Sig's probably the hardest because it's more like a 1911 style. But this is a nice little option too. I really like it because the magazines are like only 10 or 15 bucks extra to buy right now, which is quite nice. And Crimson Trace, and it's always a double action trigger, so you see the hammer going back on there. It does take a lot of getting used to, as you can see. I mean, that's one hell of a long trigger pull. People thought the original LCP, the one before the LCP2, was really bad. I mean, it's a good safety feature, though, in my opinion. I used to be against this gun, that's why I never got it on the trigger pull. But you could really get away without having it in a holster, not around in the chamber, and be totally safe, because the trigger pull is just so damn long. And I'm really impressed with the integrated laser. I really do like it. Like I said, it's my first one though, so it's going to take a while to get used to, but it's really cool. I like it. Last but not least, I think this is the smallest gun here. It's the Kahr CW380. I don't know what the CW stands for. It's called maybe concealed weapon, but I use the C. There's two different models of these. I use the C as a cheap model and the P238, which is the more expensive one. It's like $600. It's pretty crazy for a 380. Yeah, I like it. I got the one with the carbon fiber look to it, which I thought was kind of cool at the time. But yeah, so unlike the LCP, these have dovetails on the back for the sights, as long as the Smith & Wesson does too. This slide, though, out of all the guns, is the hardest to pull back out of all of them. So this is one that I would say you're going to want to carry around in the chamber, because when you get into a situation and it's high stress and you're probably just freaking out, this is not one that I would want to mess with. Ruger, these three fine. These are easy to rack, but this guy, no. This spring in this one's really really stiff. But like all of these are great, all great options. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. It's all preference at that point. I've never really had issues with any of these on malfunctions. The Kahr I'm still breaking in, so I mean, ammo is just really expensive right now, especially 380. So I'm not trying to go out there and just run ammo through it, but these are all great options. And just kind of compare it to a Glock 19, which everyone kind of knows. I mean, look at that. It's a completely different situation. I mean, that guy too. It's pretty impressive. I mean, like gym shorts and a t-shirt all day. You got a jacket on, some jeans, 19. And just to kind of go over these again. And compare this guy to the Kahr. And look how the Kahr is smaller than the P238. I mean, that's saying a lot, in my opinion. Even the LCP, I mean, just a smidgen. So, well, I hope this was helpful for some of you. I'll be doing more reviews later. I got some EOTechs and some magnifiers, and other cool stuff, and I'll tell you guys about my carry ammo later, you know, some other videos. I usually use Critical Defense by Hornady, but I've really become a fan of the Sig Sauer hollow points. Cheaper in price. I haven't noticed much of a difference on performance, and I literally had a magazine in my Glock that I was using for carry with Sig Sauer hollow points, and it must have been in that gun for 2 or 3 years. And that's with me racking the first, second, and third round here and there when I was going out, right? And after I realized it, I was like, man, this ammo's looking pretty dirty. It's been there for like 2 years, and I racked a bunch of it. I should just get rid of it. Tried it out at the range, not one malfunction through the gun, so I'm sold on the Sig Sauer ammunition for now because it's cheaper than the Hornady, great performance, and to stand up the test as in my gun for, you know, as I was in Colorado and now I'm in Nevada. It does well in all environments, you know, hot and cold. So very impressed with the Sig Sauer stuff. Obviously, my Sig Sauer over here loves to eat it up. But I'll go to the range once we get a little bit lower price in ammo, and hopefully this review is helpful for people. If I got anything wrong, just feel free to comment, or if you have any questions, I'll try to you know, reply back and see what I can do on help. But I thought, you know, everyone else has given me so much help on YouTube for buying guns and letting me know what I should know before I make a purchase. Hopefully this helps out at least one person where they can see, you know, what they want without, you know, having to go somewhere. So thanks for watching, and stay safe out there, and remember the four gun rules. Always remember those. All right, have a good one.